Welcome back to the world according to Briggs, and it is time to look at the prices of open land and real estate. We're looking at the places you could buy the cheapest acreage in the U.S. Whether you're dreaming of a remote getaway, planning an off-grid lifestyle, or you just want a tiny home and live more deliberately. Whatever your dream is, these places can help you do it on the cheap. Now, I will tell you right now, the cheapest land is out west. There's more open land to choose from than, let's say, east of the Mississippi. The reason for this is there's not much water out west, so that kind of slowed down the expansion over the decades. If you do want to see a list about the eastern side of the country, let me know in the comments section below. All right, we're looking at places you could buy an acre of land for the same price as a weekend Airbnb above a muffler shop in Stockton, California. Got it? Get it? Good. Let's take a look. Number 10, Costilla County, Colorado. In southern Colorado, Costilla County offers scenic views of the Sangre de Cristo Mountains. Now, this one's kind of cool because it's one of the only places on this list that isn't just in the middle of the desert someplace. This place has mountains. It sits in the San Luis Valley, which has Colorado's oldest town, San Luis. This area is far and away from places like Denver, Boulder, and Colorado Springs. This is almost New Mexico, and it's east of Durango, a good distance east. To call this place sparsely populated is an understatement. You'll also find this area about an hour north of Taos, New Mexico. The area is rich in history and culture with opportunities for hiking, fishing, mountain biking, and enjoying the natural beauty. It's an attractive option for those seeking a peaceful, rural setting. While the land here is affordable, buyers should consider the high altitude climate and the potential need for alternative energy sources, as some of the parcels that are for sale are completely off the grid. You also want to make sure whatever land you have has access to water, because a lot of them don't. These are all things you should really consider before you really look at any of these places. I did see one video about a guy that had a few acres in Arizona, and he bought a big water tank and has this truck come out like once a month and fill it for him. Obviously, that's not the ideal situation you want to be in. The average acre of land in Costilla County goes for $500 to $900, so we're going by the lowest price here that you can actually find an acre of land. Number 9, Cochise County, Arizona. Located in southeastern Arizona, Cochise County offers land around the price of your monthly car and insurance payments per acre, especially near the towns of Douglas and Bisbee. The area boasts a mild climate and a rich history, with attractions like the Chiricahua National Monument, and the historic town of Tombstone is nearby. For the longest time, I thought that was a fake place. I didn't realize it had been a real city, in western town back in the day. I think I was around 18 when I was reading something, found out it was real. But this county is suitable for those seeking a balance between affordability and access to amenities. While more developed than some of the other entries on this list, certain parcels may still be off-grid. Prospective buyers should assess the availability of utilities and services based on their intended use of the land. So if you want to get off grid, buy yourself some solar panels and really do it. Myself, I'd need a little extra money to buy an acre of land because I like trees and running water. The average acre of land in Cochise County goes for $400 to $600. Number 9, Sweetwater County, Wyoming. Wyoming is what happens when you take a giant piece of land, sprinkle in a few towns, and let nature do the rest. It's big, it's wide open, and it's got a whole lot of untouched frontier. If you're looking to buy land on a budget and don't mind a little isolation, a lot of isolation, then Sweetwater County is your jackpot. Out near Wamsutter, which is a real town, you can snag land for as low as your monthly car payment. Now, Wamsutter isn't what you'd call a bustling town or bustling city. It's more like a gas station with a couple buildings pretending to be a town out on the prairie. But it's got charm, especially if you like quiet, starry nights and not hearing your neighbors argue through the walls. Rawlins is the closest city. I just use air quotes. That's where you go when you need groceries and a little human interaction. If you want to have a farm, this is a great place to do it. If you want to grow hay, wheat, and maybe some cattle roaming around. But be warned, western Wyoming doesn't get a lot of rain, so irrigation is key. Basically, if you're dreaming of a self-sufficient lifestyle, this place could work for you. Just bring your own water plan and don't expect to Instacart anything. In short, it's cheap, it's rugged, it's scenic. And best of all, you can get an acre of land for between $375 and $600 an acre. Number 7, Hudspeth County, Texas. Situated in western Texas, Hudspeth County offers expansive desert landscapes for about half of what the typical family of 5 spends on groceries every single month per acre. This area is ideal for those looking for large tracts of land with minimal restrictions. It's popular among investors and individuals seeking solitude and a place to develop their own vision. The houses are so far apart here you won't even hear your spouse cheating on you with the next door neighbor anymore. Now, this is the desert. Water will be an issue, so figure that out before you even think about Hudspeth County, Texas. But you can think about this. The average acre of land goes for about $350 to $700 per acre. I just saw a video where a guy's selling 20 acres. No bank, no credit check. He'll just take a down payment and monthly payments. It's about $14,000 for 20 acres. So that breaks down to about $700 an acre. But they do have them as low as $350. By the way, if you're watching this sometime after 2025, these numbers will change. Number 6, Harney County, Oregon. Finally, a place with some trees and rain and streams and rivers everywhere. Just kidding, not that type of Oregon. This is in the eastern part of Oregon, southeastern part at that. It butts up against California. But yeah, it's nestled in southeastern Oregon. Harney County offers vast stretches of high desert and sagebrush plains around towns like Adel, Plush, and Bonanza, of all places. Yeah, it's a real place. The nearest city, quote unquote, is Burns. If you never heard of Burns, maybe you remember that they had a Rangers outpost for the state and some anti-government guy. I don't know what their deal was, but they decided to take it over. This place was so remote and the government didn't care. They're all right, well, go ahead. Let us know when you leave. I think it was really disappointing. They were expecting some kind of standoff. People kept sending them gifts while they were there, not the gifts they were looking for. For the most part, they were obscene, and at one point someone sent them a 55-gallon jug of KY jelly. I'm not kidding. But the region is ideal for those seeking solitude and a connection to nature. The expansive landscapes are perfect for ranching, hunting, or simply enjoying the open spaces. However, prepare for limited infrastructure and services, making it more suitable for seasoned off-gridders than those looking for a quiet retreat. But this is one of the only ones on this list where you might find creeks and things like that near or on your property. The average acre of land in Harney County, Oregon goes for $275 to $650. Number 5, Apache County, Arizona. Located in northeastern Arizona, Apache County boasts diverse landscapes from desert plains to forested areas, and it's called Apache County. How cool is that? I mean, when I was a kid, Westerns were all the rage, and, the Indians were this and that, were Native Americans, but we called them Indians back then. And the coolest Indians had to have been the Apaches and the Mohawks. But you can get some pretty cheap land here in areas around St. John's, the county seat. The region has a lot of history and natural beauty, with proximity to the Petrified Forest National Park and the Apache Sitgreave National Forest, which, if you don't know, that's where that guy got abducted by aliens in the movie Fire from the Sky, but it's based on a true story, or at least what the guy Travis Walton said happened. Maybe you could buy some land, see some aliens. It's a win-win. This is a haven for outdoor enthusiasts who have those interests in rural lifestyle and aliens. And this is another one. You should be aware of the arid climate and the need for self-sufficiency, as some areas may lack immediate access to utilities and services. But this is definitely a place where you can get some affordable acreage. The average acre here goes for between $250 and $1,000 an acre. Yes, if you're near some water, that price jumps up pretty quick, because there's not a lot of places here that are around water. Number 4, Luna County, New Mexico. In southwestern New Mexico, Luna County offers land prices that are cheaper than a high-end pair of Jordans, especially around the city of Deming. The region is known for its desert landscapes and clear skies. just like the rest of New Mexico, making it appealing for stargazers and those seeking a tranquil environment. It's also a hub for artists and retirees looking for affordable living. This is a great place for someone that maybe wants to, live off the grid out of your motorhome or something like that and still be able to drive into town occasionally. Kind of like Quartzsite, Arizona, but you're not bothered by a whole bunch of people living there, which sounds kind of nice if you're looking to buy some land. I mean, people buying land out in the middle of the desert aren't doing it because they like to be around people. Here's some interesting information about this land. In 1916, about 500 Mexican partisans of the Revolutionary General Pancho Villa attacked Columbus, New Mexico, near the border. This caused President Woodrow Wilson to send in General Pershing to attack him. He never did capture Pancho Villa. Even though the U.S. government claimed this was a great success, in private, Pershing claimed it was a fiasco and that President Wilson put too many restrictions on him. Side note to this one, this was the first action seen by a young lieutenant named George S. Patton. There, a brief history of your patch of earth that you could scoop up for next to nothing. Again, buyers should consider the arid climate and the need for water access solutions. While the land isn't expensive, developing it for residential use may require additional investments in infrastructure. The average acre of land in Luna County, New Mexico, goes for about $250 to $400 an acre. Number 3, Pershing County, Nevada. That's strange, we were just talking about General Pershing, and here we are in Pershing County. In northwestern Nevada, Pershing County offers some of the most affordable land in the state, with prices equal that of a nosebleed seat behind a pillar at a Taylor Swift concert. Areas around Lovelock, the county seat, are known for their wide open spaces and rugged beauty. Now this area, even though it is in the middle of the desert, they do have a reservoir out there, including a place called Rye Patch State Recreation Area, so you can go get wet. At this reservoir, they also have a beach called Poker Brown Beach. Why did they settle on that name? I mean, what's the backstory to a place called Poker Brown Beach? But for as low as the prices per acre are here, I'm sure you'll be able to overlook the poor choice of name. The region is characterized by its desert terrain and is suitable for those interested in off-grid living or investment opportunities. The low cost per acre make it attractive for acquiring large parcels of land. The average acre in Pershing County, Nevada goes for between $200 and $300 per acre, less than a car payment in most cases. Number 2, San Miguel County, New Mexico. Now we're getting really cheap. San Miguel County is located in northeastern New Mexico. San Miguel County offers land prices that are less than some people's monthly Starbucks bill, especially around the city of Las Vegas. Las Vegas, New Mexico, not Las Vegas, Nevada. Interesting story about that. I had an uncle during World War II. He got his draft notice or his induction notice for the U.S. Army. He's from Redondo Beach, California, and they said report to Camp Las Vegas. Well, back in the day, we didn't have the internet, so they couldn't just look it up to make sure everything was all on the up and up. So he went out to Las Vegas. There's a handful of casinos there, and oddly enough, there was about 10 other guys from Los Angeles that thought they were supposed to go to Las Vegas, Nevada. No, there was a small World War training camp being built in Las Vegas, New Mexico. So the casino put them up, all 10 of these guys, and they worked around the casino, got to eat the casino for free. And then one day, a captain came through with a construction crew and said, oh, well, you're supposed to be in New Mexico, but we're building a little camp here in Las Vegas, so you guys get to help. So he takes them in. They never go to basic training, and when the camp is all built, he tells them, you guys are now sergeants, and you're going to help us train. They never did basic training. Incredible story. But this part of New Mexico features a mix of grasslands and forested regions, so that's nice, providing diverse opportunities for agriculture, recreation, or homesteading. This one is also not too far away from Santa Fe, New Mexico. It's like the county to the west, which if you didn't know, there are places in New Mexico that are out in the hills, and they got mountains, and they got trees, and all that good stuff. If you need a real big city, for New Mexico standards, Albuquerque isn't too far away either. And if you want a depressing city or town, you got Tucumcari to the east, which was made famous by a Bugs Bunny cartoon. Now, in case you don't get that this place isn't just a total desert like most of Arizona, New Mexico, really this part of the country, you do have places like this. And Las Vegas, New Mexico had a blizzard warning last year in November. So you will get some snow if you're living here. Of course, their blizzard cut out power to tens of thousands of people and closed roads all over northern New Mexico. They're not built for a blizzard. But if you want to move here and buy some land, you can get an acre of land for $150 to $300 in San Miguel County, New Mexico. All right, before we get to number 1, if you have not subscribed to this channel, we would really love it if you did. That's very important to the YouTube algorithm these days. And if you hit that bell notification, that's even better. All right, on to number 1. And number 1, Socorro County, New Mexico. Topping the list is Socorro County in central Mexico. And this is a fascinating place in New Mexico. A key fact is the first atomic bomb was detonated at Trinity Site, located in southeastern Socorro County on July 16, 1945. On top of that, the county is home to scientific institutions like the National Radio Astronomy Observatory and the New Mexico Institute of Mining and Technology. Now, the Radio Astronomy Observatory, that's where you see those big, giant satellite dishes in the middle of the desert all grouped together. Yeah, it's one of those places. They also have a big aquifer below the ground here, so that's where they pump all their water. I was just watching how they've had this company wanting to start pumping water out of this. This has been going on for a few years, and the judge finally told them no. But they wanted to pump all the water out, and it'll ruin the water table for the locals and all this other stuff. So the locals fought back and they won. So you might have some water there. But the area is known for its vast open spaces, and that's why you got a lot of things like those large array radio telescopes. It's ideal for those seeking solitude or looking for investment in large tracts of land at minimal cost. And when I say minimal cost, I mean minimal cost. The land here is the cheapest you will find in the country, unless a family member sells you a couple acres for $20. Now, through this video, I'm sure a lot of you on the East Coast or the middle of the United States are thinking these prices are too low. There's no way. No, that's how it is. The desert is filled with land that nobody wants, so it's going for cheap. If everyone wanted it and there was a bunch of water there, it wouldn't be so cheap. Like I said earlier in this video, if you want to see one on the eastern portion, or at least the Midwest on out, let me know in the comment section below. If you want to buy some land here, you can get an acre of land for under $100 to $300. If you're lucky, you get a big view of some satellite dishes. Or you'll be able to find a glowing desert tortoise that wandered onto your property from the Trinity site. The possibilities are endless. All right, that's today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give the video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to leave me a comment. Everybody have a great day. Be nice to each other.